Buenos días y feliz año nuevo a todos. Gracias por acompañarnos, estar aquí, todos los que están en presencia y las personas que nos están viendo por televisión. Gracias por acompañarnos. Good morning again, everyone, and Happy New Year. I want to thank everyone who had taken time to join us here this morning in person, and of course, those who may be watching us on television, and maybe watching us from around the corner here in Courthouse or in Greece, or in Guatemala or El Salvador. Some people might be watching. That's the beauty about open government. They can watch it here in Arlington anywhere. Once again, we start our tradition by rolling up our sleeves on New Year and getting to work. We are now keeping this long-standing tradition going. I'm not sure how many years, but it's been several decades. Congratulations, felicitaciones, Mrs. Hines, on your election as our 2015 chair. I look forward to doing my part to support your initiatives as we confront the challenges ahead. I also would like to thank Mr. Fissette for his leadership as chairman in 2014. I also appreciate your nominating me for vice chairman, and to all of my colleagues for supporting the nomination. As we turn the page from 2014 and look ahead, I will continue to support the top-notch policies and services Arlington is well known for and what residents expect. Some areas in particular that I will focus on are addressing concerns with the Crystal City and Columbia Pike corridors, continuing progress on ending homelessness, elevating awareness of and seeking support for affordable housing, supporting the Lee Highway community's planning efforts, and overall upholding our proud, progressive Arlington values. It has been noted, and as many people know, we have been greatly impacted by the reduction of the federal government's presence and face increasing competition in our region for commercial development and jobs. We know that we must rely less on the federal government and that we must diversify our economy if we are to continue to prosper. Arlington is at a critical moment in time of our history. We are redefining ourselves and shaping the kind of community we will be for the next 20 to perhaps 50 years. So as we look ahead to a new vision for the Crystal City and Columbia Pike corridors, I remain concerned with the high office vacancy rate and with the investments that are needed to improve these critical areas of our community, which could be of great benefit to all of Arlington, if planned well. Our regional competitiveness depends on the type of long-term strategic policies that will provide long-term returns in these corridors and help keep us competitive, attract new businesses, new jobs, and new overall investment that will allow us to reap the amenities our community expects. So, while the streetcar transit initiative I supported and continue to support ended over my objections in 2015, we now turn to define what the new vision for these corridors will be. But genuine questions remain. Questions that are not meant to divide, but which simply requires honest answers. What is our vision moving forward? What strategies will spur sustainable economic development, maintain and create new jobs in those corridors? How will the new plan seek to protect not some, but all of the affordable housing in that area and incentivize the creation of new housing as the former plan did? What will be the total investment and operating costs? Will the new plan use single-family home tax dollars, as the former plan did not for Columbia Pike? And if so, how much? Of course, there are multiple other questions on the minds of Arlingtonians on this topic, and I commit to working with all of my colleagues to provide these answers to the community as soon as possible. In 2015, I will redouble my unwavering commitment to supporting affordable housing and maintaining Arlington's diversity in these very challenging times. I was pleased that our new chairman mentioned affordable housing in her comments. You know, since World War II, residents of different origins have flocked to Arlington. People from diverse socioeconomic backgrounds, races, ethnicities, ages, cultures, and income levels. We also became a gateway, attracting immigrants from across the globe, pursuing their dreams and contributing to our community. This has made Arlington our existing, creative, vibrant, and welcoming community. It is our hometown. I believe that our continued success hinges on our ability to protect and strengthen the diversity that built this community. But here are some sobering facts. Between the year 2000 and 2013, Arlington lost about 11,000 affordable units. Most of those were lost, not because they were torn down, but because the rent rose so much that they were no longer affordable. Arlington's home prices are among the highest in the region. In the past 13 years, the median home price in Arlington has risen from about $218,000 to $590,000. Just under $600,000 is what an average house costs in Arlington today. Our property values are still rising, and our population is still growing at about 1% per year. So we can only expect that our stock of market affordable housing will continue to dwindle. Initial findings in our soon-to-be-completed affordable housing study show that the combination of increasing housing costs and flat or declining incomes among some groups has made Arlington far less affordable over the last 12 years. Nearly half of African-American households in Arlington, 57% of Latino renters, and 48% of Latino owners are paying more than 30% of their income on housing. At the same time, the number of households with incomes of $200,000 or more increased an astonishing 60% between the year 2000 and 2012. Rents and housing prices are rising faster in Arlington than anywhere else in the region. The study found the average rent increased in Arlington by almost 91% between the year 2000 and 2013. Quote, without ensuring a sufficient supply of lower-cost housing or providing direct financial assistance to families and individuals, low-income households will find it difficult to live in Arlington, and the county will risk diminishing its economic diversity, the study finds. County government has not stood idly in the face of these powerful market forces, but there's just so much the county government can do. In 2000, we had 3,920 committed affordable units, what's referred to as CAS. So in 2000, we had 3,920. Those were supposedly contractually obligated to remain affordable for about 30 to 60 years. Today, largely through the investment of county loan funds, we have 6,990 committed affordable units, a net increase of 3,070 CAFs. We also leverage significant investment of private and federal funds and partnerships with nonprofit housing developers and other private developers. But clearly, we must do more if we are to make good on our pledge to remain an inclusive, diverse community in which each person is important. We must take concrete steps renew and deepen our investment in affordable housing to ensure that people from all walks of life have a chance to live here, send their kids to our great schools, open businesses, and find jobs that pay a decent wage. We must invest more on our local funds and continue to seek federal funding. We must look for new ways to build creative partnerships with the private sector and ways to make it easier to build affordable housing. This is not just the right thing to do. This is a necessary effort to help secure our future as a successful community. A successful future needs both a strong economic base and a reliable pool of workers from all income levels who will fill all types of jobs. This is why Arlington must continue to invest and provide incentives to preserve and create affordable housing. This is why I will dedicate myself in 2015 to preserving and deepening those investments and efforts. I understand that maintaining a stock of affordable housing is essential to our future, while acknowledging that this challenge is a regional one and that we alone will not solve it. However, abandoning our commitment now will threaten our future and destroy what Arlington is about and what has made us great. As longtime housing activist Charlie Renker recently said, quote, "I sense in the last couple of years the commitment of the county has waned a little, and policies intended to preserve affordable housing have weakened. I implore you to keep the affordable housing incentives in place and create others." End quote. I wholeheartedly agree. Furthermore, I renew my commitment to protecting Arlington's safety net for our most vulnerable residents. For example, while we have had some success in combating homelessness, challenges remain. As the honorary co-chair of our 10-year plan to end homelessness, I am proud that we succeeded in our 100 Homes campaign, an initiative that identified and provided homes to all 100 of the most chronic homeless individuals. Yet, we know there are still many others in need of housing. I will continue my strong support for further efforts, such as the Housing Homeless Veterans Program, our successful Permanent Supportive Housing Program, and the Comprehensive Homeless Services Center, which will be opening later this year. We have so many other great programs going on in Arlington that I'll continue to support and spend time and energy promoting them. Among them are the Lee Highway Community Initiative, a true grassroots effort to consider improvement possibilities in that area. The Community Volunteer Network, providing volunteer opportunities for a young adult population. Fit Arlington, to continue to promote a culture of fitness for all people of all ages and abilities. Yes, it will be a busy 2015. I will also continue representing Arlington in regional bodies, including the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments, the Virginia Association of Counties, the Northern Virginia Transportation Commission, the Virginia Rail Express Operations Board, and others. I look forward to a busy 2015, once again serving our community. You know, who would have thought that the young child who shined shoes in the streets of San Salvador will have the privilege, the enormous honor, to make a difference in the lives of everyday people in one of the best communities in the United States, and I'm humble in this, but maybe around the world. Our hometown, Arlington County. I'm always grateful, and I never lose sight of the fact of this wonderful opportunity, and I look forward to working with all of you. Feliz Año Nuevo. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone.